my friends. The night of the nights has come. The night of the nights. Open your heart and your mind. Move to the rhythm and dance into your own beautiful reality. Beautiful reality. Feel free and expect the unexpected.
Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to my channel. Guys, the secret is out. Remember recently I carried a video pertaining to Pastor Lenmor Whitehead and how he tricked people and conned them out of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars? He was the same one who we saw dive on his belly in a church one Sunday morning while he was preaching, because 3 gunmen had walked in and robbed him live on TV. And we all suspected that this man had actually set up the robbery, but we just couldn't prove it. But guess what? Somebody bust. The cat is now out the bag, and a confession has been made by one of the 3. When I say one of the 3, I mean the 3 gunmen who had invaded the church and robbed him and his wife of quote-unquote $1 million in jewelry. Well, yes, one of the 3 have decided to confess. But before I tell you about the confession, for those of you who might not know who Bishop Lenmor Whitehead is, let us do a recap. The man befriend a girl, take her for his girlfriend, and use her because she's working at a car mart where they sell brand new cars, and they have her job was to check the credit rating of all people who come in to purchase cars. And she had all of that on her laptop. Now, him befriend her, sweet her up, and get access to all that information, and him use all the information from all the clients that come and buy cars and use it, and went on shopping sprees. Take out loan here, take out loan there, buy this, buy jewelry, buy everything using the other people's names. What was his downfall now was that he was stopped one day by the police, and he was riding a motorcycle that was bought with somebody else's credit card. And when they check him out, everything just hit the fan, and they realized that I found out that he was responsible for hundreds upon hundreds of fraudulent transactions on other people's account. Now, he was charged with identity theft. But stick up in, one thing I have to say, identity theft. The man thief hundreds and hundreds of thousands of US dollars, and you're charging for thief identity? How can you thief somebody's identity? If me name John Brown and you name Tom Stroke, and you take my credit card or use my details to get money, you not thief my identity, me still John Brown. You not change. It's just that you use my credit card to go do things. But them charge you for identity theft when me still have my identity, because I'm still me. Right? But me don't know how this identity theft thing go. Because you not thief my identity, you thief me money. But anyway, that's one of the stupid, wackiest things that I can't understand about American law. Because me and me, and you can't be me, and me'll always be me till the day me dead. So you not thief my identity, me are still me. And my money gone, no my identity. So how identity theft come in it? Me not get it anyway. Because of what he did, he went to prison and served a number of years. And soon as him left prison, him step up the thing As him come out in farmer church and him call himself bishop and start hauling the little idiot them and start rob the congregation and start rob everybody else. He owns Benz, he owns Lexuses, he owns Ferraris and every other top-notch car that exists. He even have a $75,000 Rolex watch. He also have a $85,000 Cavalier watch and a $25,000 ruby and diamond ring. And this is for a man who is working about $8,000 a month as a real estate broker. And some of the people them when thief is people who come into him to buy property. Because of course if you're buying property, your credit rating have to be good. And then misuse that and rob people same way. Even when he was charged, it took him 2 years to go to get sentenced and he was on bail. And him turn up the robbery during that space of time. That's how evil the man is. Now, guys, we want to look at the rapacity, the grabaliciousness. I know that's not a real word, but it sounds appropriate for this, as a description for this man. Look upon the two chewing them for him and his wife. And that him preach pan. And them fancy Gucci or whatever suit will cost $150,000 a suit. And this picture was taken the Sunday following the robbery. And there he is sitting down and in all his glory. And during that service, he go back and reenacted robbery twice. See him here laying down on the ground, reenacting the robbery. And he went over it twice to show the congregation what really happened. And of course, what he was trying to do, or in my estimation, in case anybody did have any doubt, he reenacted to convince them to listen. This was real. This is what really happened. Ray. And of course, it was done for the insurance company because this would be recorded. And if the insurance company wanted to see anything of it, they would show the insurance, convince the insurance company, say, listen, see there, this is what happened. Or why would he go back and relive it and go back and rehearse it over? That is the only logical reason why he did that. And all throughout all of that, he tried to show the media, congregation, the newspapers, everybody, that he was the victim. And when everybody asked him if the jewelry had been insured, because the journalists kept asking him and he refused to answer. Anyway, so just to give you an insight into the kind of Satan picnic that we're dealing with. Now, here is how the man diabolical and how him set up the insurance company to get the $1 million where him rob, where him claim say people rob him. He insured the jewelry because these are really fine jewelry and these were assessed by the insurance company to be roughly $1 million. Of course, $1 million is being bandied about, but we don't know exactly how much. But rumor has it that it's $1 million. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's that, if it's really that amount, due to the amount of bling and the amount of millions in property that man has around him. Anyway, after he insured all the jewelry, he started walking the streets of the ghetto. You know, those streets where you have wrongdoers, drug addicts, and people who are on the live beyond the pale. And he started doing some street ministries. And he tried to ask the young men to, that he would like, tell them that he would like to mentor some of them if they have issues like problems in family with health, or they have families, relatives that they love who have issues, and he would try to help and be there for them and all of that. Now, there was 2 of the young men in the group who came up to him and said, yes, we have some issues where we want you to sort out. One of them, Juan Anderson, his sister had cystic fibrosis. And it's a disease that was really pressuring her, and he really wanted a cure for it, and doctors doesn't seem to be able to do much. And then the other male was Saquon Pollock. Now Saquon Pollock, his mother had cancer, and it was said to be terminal, and he was turning to God because he wanted to see if this pastor could, through him have a straight line to the man upstairs. He think that maybe this man could intercede on his behalf to get God to cure his mother. So, of course, this quote-unquote Bishop Lenmor Whitehead, he started to mentor a number of them, and so on. But after a few months, he told them that, listen, here is what. I want you to help me pull off something because I need some money to build a bigger church so I can make bigger tributes to God. And the bigger the tribute that we make to God, God is more than likely to intercede and help your mother and your sister. And he tell them that they have to really call on God's grace, and that for them to get on the best side and give God the most favorable, to make God be more favorable to their needs and their prayers, they need to do that. So he told them of this scheme that they should come into the place, and at a certain, he would say a certain code, and when they say that code, they're supposed to walk in and then do what they're supposed to do. He loaned them one of his car, but he put license plates and false license plates on the vehicle. He loaned them a very late model Mercedes Benz. And as you can see from this picture, there's a car parked across the road. And the guy, Saquon Pollock, he told the police where they could find the false plate that they used on the vehicle. So you might ask, bear in mind though, that Saquon Pollock, from he was arrested about September of 2022, he was not let out on bail. He was in jail. So you might ask, what took him so long? Well, here's the thing. He wanted the pastor, he still trusted the pastor, and he wanted his mother to live. And he thought that once they pull the robbery off and he get that money from the insurance company, he would have used it to build a very grand church, and God would intervene and cure his mother. But over the next 2 years, he heard that no church was being built, because naturally he was in touch with the pastor through other people, and he would top up the money in his account in jail, but nothing further. But he was there telling the boy, Saquon Pollock, how he was praying, and he was praying, and he know God answer prayers very. So Pollock, gave him the benefit of the doubt. But guess what? Okay, we don't know what made August next. Saquon Pollock's mother died, even with all the reassurance that he was getting from this Bishop Lenmor Whitehead. It's like Saquon Pollock said to himself, but stop. Me do my role, me play the role where me supposed to play, and shite still happen to me? No man, something wrong here so. And he started to do a rethink. Because in actual fact, he would have been prepared to go to prison and do some time if it meant that his mother would have been cured. And it was then that Joanne Anderson, which is the one with the sister who had the cystic fibrosis, decided to back up the story of Saquon Pollock. And that was how the brown stuff hit the fan. So he's being now charged with insurance fraud. I don't know what they call that. I hope they don't call it identity theft. But stop. It gets worse. Because, hold on, that's not the end of the story. Remember, I had said originally that there were 3 men involved in the robbery. Well, from the beginning of this video, I mentioned Jaquan Anderson and Saquon Pollack. But there was a third man. 3 of them was in on it. Who is the next person? His name was Shamar Leggett. I don't know if I pronounced that right. And Shamar Leggett, the thing with him is that he never had anybody who needed resurrection or redemption or whatever. And he himself didn't need it. What he needed was money. And he was a hard case. He was a seasoned bad man, seasoned murderer, and a regular prison board. This man was himself morally reprehensible. So while the bishop could control the other 2, they couldn't control Shamar Leggett because he never want nothing from the bishop except for him cut of the money. After he got his cut, him I try shake down his name was called up in the robbery and police was looking for him. And he turned to Bishop Lenmor Whitehead, but Bishop Whitehead said, but me don't give you what me figure you already, and we don't agree upon something. The man said, boy, him never know it was $1 million. Him think it was something like a 20,000 or whatever, and if it go out and use as $1 million, then me need to get some more money from you because you go and collect X amount from the insurance people. And remember, we did give you back all of the jewelry. And Shamar Leggett decides, say, listen, you better deal with me, right? Because now me get hot and I have to be moving from place to place. So you are going to have to help me out, else me I go come for you. And of course, Bishop Lenmor Whitehead, he took Shamar Leggett very seriously because him knows so that guy cold-blooded bad. So what him do, him say, hey, here is what, brethren. Alright, I'm going to give you some money. I'm going to wire you some money through your girlfriend and so on and so on. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you guys up in hotels every so often. You won't have to use your name because I'll be booking the hotels and you stay here for a few days, this or for a few days and so on. And you will be alright. I'll do this pre-booking and so on and so forth using some of my other church members, whatever. Well, however he made the booking, Shamar Leggett and his then current girlfriend were holed up in a particular motel. The bishop no do nothing more than call the police and send them right at the hotel. And Shamar Leggett him never decided to go back and no jail because at that time he was on probation and him had him 3 strike out for him. He knows that if he goes back into custody now, it may be for life. So he did the next best thing. After a good standoff, his girlfriend surrendered and then he came out blazing gun. And there was a shootout between Shamar Leggett and the police and he actually died on the spot. So the so-called bishop betray the man to get rid of him. As I say, dead man tell no tales. He couldn't control this one, so he make sure get rid of him. But the other 2 were gullible. Them are all rogues still, you know. But, you know, they are all rogues, but them gullible bad. And he could use the Jesus thing and the God thing and control them, which is, as everybody know, is a good control tool. Religion and politics are the 2 greatest control mechanisms on earth. So, at the end of the day, Bishop Lenmor Whitehead's problems just a start. Because by the time he is to be released from this sentence, he'll be going back in to do another long stretch. And I do hope them keep him there for as long as possible. Guys, a little footnote here. You know, one of the things I find particularly interesting about this man, I find it bemusing, almost laughable. There are virtually no men in his congregation. It's all women, and all these women take up for him, the ones that are being robbed. You see, with women, especially black women, once you come to them and you say, God, a God send me, me have a straight line to the Father upstairs. You got them hooked. If you go into his church, a so-so woman uno agosti. Women are weak, women are gullible, women are easily manipulated. That's why I have always said, when you want to destroy a race, the first person to get to is the women. Because the women will lead the children coming up and will lead their men in a particular direction. They can't come at the men directly up front at first. You the women, because women are weak. Oh, I know some people are gonna say that I'm a misogynist for saying that. Well, if I speak the truth and you want to think that way, so be it. But I can tell you that with all his legal troubles, all of the women in his church think he is the bomb and that he's being framed and anything. They feel he's being crucified because he's so holy. Anyway, guys, thank you for visiting my channel. I really appreciate your visit. Please leave a comment below because I respond to every single comment on my videos. So like, share, leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.